Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever is convenient for you. I'm Yagesh Bobre, and this video is basically a project demonstration for our submission to Outerbase Hackathon. So we were a team of three: me, Pranav Bobre, and Sumedh Bamble. Sumedh Bamble was responsible for the UI UX for the design, and me and Pranav Bobre we created the website. A project that we submitted was for Outerbase Hackathon, and it's basically Outerbase is basically a database service. It makes us easy for the users to view, update, and visualize your data, right? And for this problem, we basically had three of these statements. We either have to create a plugin, or we have to just build an open source app with Outerbase. And the third was best commands, highest number of integrations, right? So for example, you have given a set of commands, you've created a set of requests, and you're using it in multiple applications, right? So yeah, these were the three main criterias for winning. And you can see all about like what Outerbase is. This is how to participate and much more. This is the official site for the Outerbase hackathon. Here is the Outerbase site. You can click on join beta. Now they are in the beta version right now, so yeah, you can just join that list. Yeah, that's it. That's enough for the introduction. Now jumping on to our project. Our project is called WalGen. It is created with React and Outerbase, and it's a quote and wallpaper generator, right? And any code that you create or save is stored in our Outerbase database, right? And any wallpaper you generate and save is also stored in Cloudinary, and the URL that we get from that Cloudinary we store in our SQL database in Outerbase, right? So that's basically what our app does. And this is a Hashnode blog post that I've created for the very same project that I'm talking about. This is the workflow that we followed: brainstorming session, then we decided on the WalGen idea, right? Then the workflow was UI design, Figma. In Figma we have decided the UI design, and the for the technical team at that time, our part was to get familiar with Outerbase, right? It was a new technology. We had to study how it works, and since it's in beta version, it's something new, right? So there are not a lot of things or helpful resources right now. So yeah, it was kind of a tricky phase. After that, just React websites and Outerbase, we have to just create tables, dashboards, and commands. Then we used Vercel for deployment, and then hosted a web application, right? So this right here is the website that we created, and yeah, you can see that we have the homepage for our website here. You can subscribe. You have the footer and all. We have the links to our socials and so on. If you click on subscribe, what happens is you get an email.js, right? We are using email.js API to send an email after you subscribe, for as like thank you for subscribing to our service, right? So for example, if I write Yagesh Bobre and I click on subscribe, you can see on the screen that this is the kind of email that you'll be receiving, right? So that's how subscription works. And now let's take a look at the Outerbase dashboard that I've created, right? So in the Outerbase dashboard, I haven't used a database and from somewhere else. I just created a new base. In Outerbase, we call databases as base, right? So I just created a meal planner base, and I've named it meal planner because I also have a second project that I've created, which is a meal planner application. But I have also created more tables in this database that I'm using for wallpaper, the WalGen project as well. So these are all the tables that I'm using for both of the projects. And we have the codes, we have recipes, subscriber, and in this subscriber table, we have that subscription form that we submit, right? So as you can see, I've just submitted this, and you will see that it is subscribed to WalGen. So WalGen project, right? So I have a single table subscriber, and in that table I'm able to segregate two different projects, right, by this field. If the user subscribed to us from a meal from the meal planner application, the subscribe to would say meal, right? So that is how I'm using this table and integrating it in two projects, right? So yeah, it's pretty helpful. We have our users, we have our wallpapers. Wallpaper is the thing you generate, right? And in users we have these two users. And one thing to note is that since this application is pretty simple, basic usage, right, I haven't put any encryption for passwords right now. And I also have a disclaimer on the site. Whenever you sign up, you see a disclaimer that the passwords are not encrypted. So please don't ever sign up with a secure password, right? In this website in particular, or your personal password, any kind of personal password, right? So in subscribers, we have the subscribers. In recipes, you'll see that in commands, I've created all these commands for fetching wallpapers, creating a wallpaper, fetching codes, deleting a code, etc. Right? So for each of these commands, I've used a database query, and it's pretty simple to create a command, right? You just click on new. Here you click on new, you click on command, you can write this and this, and then you can just write the database query. That's how simple it is. So yeah, that's the Outerbase that we are using. Now let's actually see a test run of the dashboard and stuff, right? So for example, this site has some features, right? For in the code section, you'll see a code generator. So we are using the Ninja API. Here we see the codes API, APIs Ninjas. We are using their service for the code generation. And if I click on generate new code, you'll see the code changes, right? The author changes and the category also changes, right? So this is the category of the code. So yeah, you can click on generate new code, it updates. That simple as that. And then for dashboard, we have a personalized dashboard, right? First, I'll sign up, I'll create a new user, and you see disclaimer, password encryption is not enabled, right? I have provided a disclaimer right there. So don't use a personal password here. And I'll just give a test new user, right? Or demo user. I'll give in the demo.user at demo.com. Password as 123 Since the password is not secure, we won't be using it for the login part. And you see account created successfully, right? In the email, let's just try demo user at demo.com, and I'll click on login. You'll see that it redirects us to the dashboard, right? And here you'll see there are some section. We have all codes where you can create your own code like this. You have a model, you can create your own code. Your codes will be shown here. Your wallpapers are shown here. Since you're a new user, you don't have any codes, you don't have any wallpapers. This is the WalGen tool where you can create your wallpaper. We are using the WebGL technology, WebGL Fluid technology, or the WebGL Fluid function to create this, right? And let's actually see each of them one by one, right? So I'll create. So you see author is automatically set to my name, right? So in the age part, I'm gonna say, I'll click on add, and you'll see Outerbase is pretty cool, gets added, successfully created the code. Even if I reload the site, you'll see that, yeah, it's still getting saved, right? In the Outerbase, we can go and see in the code section, you'll see if we reload, then you'll see that with an ID of 3, user ID 3, and the code, author, and the category, right? That's how simple it is. We are creating the code, right? Now, in the wallpaper section, you don't see any wallpapers. But for example, if I just randomly draw something like this, and click on save, what happens is now the data is being sent to the cloud database, right? And then after that, it's saving to the Outerbase. And when you see this notification, that means it's saved, right? When you go to your wallpaper section, you'll see that image getting loaded. You'll see how awesome that wallpaper looks, right? It's a very simple generation, and it's not an AI technology, I know. It's semi-automatic kind of, but yeah, I think that's how you can create your wallpapers. That's how you can create your codes. That's how you can use the code generator as well. And in this, you can just click on this image to just go on this, and you can save this image as well. Yeah, that's our project. That's WalGen. That's the project that we've created for the Outerbase hackathon. I've prepared a much more detailed description of the project in the Hashnode blog article that I've written. You can see that here, all about our project. This is the GitHub repo, right? Anyone can access it. It's all open sourced. I'm very thankful for the opportunity that Hashnode provided us. Hashnode and Outerbase provided us to create these applications. And yeah, I'm very thankful to my team for being cooperative, for being so involved in the project. So yeah, that's it for this project, and see you guys next time.